being recognized, on the national stage, like I said, once again. It's a dream for me. Being from South Dakota, you don't really expect things like that, and you don't see much of people, from small towns and small cities on the big stage, and my family's proud of me, and I'm thankful for the support system I have.
What'd you think of Urban Meyer calling you draftable, which might not be any big secret, but he said that about you?
I didn't know what he said. I didn't know what he said.
He just says you're a draftable guy.
Oh.
Right now.
I guess that's pretty cool for me, I guess, but I don't really know what to say to it.
Hey Nate, your senior class has been through a lot. You got a month left. What's your favorite memory with your group of guys?
My group of guys, as in the defensive guys, or just the team in general?
Your class. I mean, it's a big senior class. Been through a lot.
I think the one thing that I think that, like you said, we've been through so much that I think that we've learned so much about each other. Even if we didn't really want to, I think that some of the circumstances that we got put in, we kind of had to figure each other out, and I just think that the bond we have is it's pretty crazy. Grew up coming in, some of the guys, looking at like Seathan, I never really thought I'd be best friends with Seathan, but me and him are roommates now, and we couldn't pull us apart. So I just think that just the the relationship and the bond that we have is probably my favorite memory so far.
How'd you guys get so close?
I think just freshman year, it's kind of picking at people, like I said, just trying to figure people out, and I've always been the kind of kid who talks out and every now and then, or just tries to crack jokes and things like that. And I started to figure out that Seathan's more like me than I thought, and me and him started to kick it off. I guess kind of sounds like a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, honestly, but So I just kind of grew, and I think that's kind of expanded my my personality a little bit, I guess.
Was he a quiet guy when you first?
Oh yeah, you couldn't get a word out of Seathan, and he's younger too. So a lot of people think that he's 40 because he looks 40, but he's the youngest in our age, and a lot of people wouldn't really expect that. But he's a kid at heart. Let me tell you that.
Has he had a hard time this past month?
It's not tough. It ain't easy when you get hurt your senior year. He put a lot of work in this off season to get to what he wanted to accomplish, and it's tough to something like that. One of those plays to end him for 5 or whatever, 3 important games. But I know that he's fired up. I saw him in the locker room today. He's fired up. He's ready to get back out there.
First time to the Horseshoe. What have you heard about it? Are you excited to see a new stadium?
I heard it's big, it's loud. But I think a good thing about it for us is that we'll be playing the best fans in college football. So as a defense standpoint, I kind of like it because I like playing on the road because the fans aren't really yelling when you're out there, so we can finally communicate instead of when they're here we're trying to give out hand signals, and sometimes it's kind of tough.
How do you not get kind of caught up, though, knowing it's Urban Meyer and they've got as much talent maybe as any team next to Alabama as far as like recruits go? How do you not kind of get caught up looking at that kind of stuff going into a week like this?
Honestly, for me, I texted my parents yesterday, and I kind of told them, it's kind of cool. I never really thought I would, get the opportunity to play against, someone like Urban Meyer. Growing up in South Dakota, I just, saw him on TV with Tim Tebow, and I just thought, that dude's, he's a superstar, and one day, it'd be kind of cool to play for him, and now I guess I get to play against him at his home, his home court. So, just things like that. You just kind of got to put in the back of your head, some things you don't really think about, because at the end of the day, we're a darn good football team too, and we got a lot of players too, and on the other side, they're saying the same thing about us.
Okay. You kind of feel the weight of the state of South Dakota on you sometimes, kind of being the face of college Division I football for really an entire state?
I don't really feel pressure from South Dakota. I think one thing that I really enjoy from them is just the encouragement and positivity they feed me. We get tweets, people throwing out negative things. That I've never really had anybody from South Dakota, even the Hawkeye fans from South Dakota. Honestly, a lot of them are rooting for me, but I feel that I am kind of the face of it, but. you know, at the end of the day, you know, the faces of South Dakota to me are, you know, Chad Greenway and Adam Terry and guys like that, and you know, Riley Reef, and you know, those are the guys I look up to, and you know, I just think it's kind of cool for, you know, going back home and seeing little kids look up to me.